thing, which is letter and word spacing. Letter and word spacing. Kerning is the term typographers use for space between each letter, like between this W and this O, and then this O and this R and this R and this D. So it is kerning. You can control the space between each letter with the letter spacing property. It is particularly helpful to increase the kerning when your heading or when your sentence is all in uppercase. If your text is in the sentence or in the normal case, increasing or decreasing the kerning can make it harder to read. You can also control the gap between words using the word spacing property. So in this case, we are looking at what? Letter spacing and then word spacing. Okay, letter spacing and word spacing. Now when you specify a value for these properties, it should be given in ems. We explained that ems talks about the width of what? Ems in your particular element, and it will be added on top of the default value specified by font. The default gap between words is set by the typeface, that is 0.25 m, and it is unlikely that you would need to change this property regularly. If the typeface is bold or you have increased the space between letters, then a larger gap between words can increase readability. Now let's go and practicalize this in our text editor. Now I've added some codes for word and letter spacing. So you can see my H1 and my H2 are having the same rule, which is text transform uppercase. The letter spacing is 0.2 m. Whilst my paragraph, I'm going to bold them and then also put a word space of 1 m. Let me save this file and then view it. Now I've seen that the spaces between my words have increased. That is what? The word spacing. Okay, and the letter spacing is that of the heading. You can see that it has a space between each of the letters, and the words also have space between them. This also has some space between it. Okay, that is by specifying word spacing and then letter spacing.